नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् जितं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेऽस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुष पूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म य ईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः सनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिभूतिमुक्तिदः प्रहरन्ति महात्मानो विपक्षा अपि नेदृशे गुणैः समन्विते साधौ किं पुनर्यस्वपक्षजः तदेतत् कथ्यतां सर्वं विस्तराद् मुनिसत्तम दैत्येश्वरस्य चरितं श्रोतुमिच्छामि अशेषतः. Diti's sons were Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Parāśara was describing the Vamshavali of Kashyapa's wives. So when he talked about the sons of Hiranyakashipu, there were 4 sons and one of them was Prahlada, and he immediately deviated for a couple of shlokas to talk about the greatness of Prahlada. And the 16th Adhyaya that we completed in the last class, that was Maitreya's questioning, saying, why did Hiranyakashipu act in such a manner? Vipaksha api na idrishe mahatmanaha praharanti. Great people do not usually hit or torment in such a manner, even if they are a shatru. So if this person is gunaihi samanvitaha, yadi prahladastu atra gunais samanvitaha vartate, tarhi etadrishi sadhau katham evam vyavaharaha asit iti tasya. It was his curiosity. He wanted to understand why he had to behave in such a manner towards a sadhu like Prahlada. So tadetat kathyatam vistarat. So tell me in detail. Now the 7th adhyaya starts with the Prahlada charitam. अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः पराशर उवाच मैत्रेय श्रूयतां सम्यक् चरितं तस्य धीमतः प्रह्लादस्य सदा उदारचरितस्य महात्मनः. हे मैत्रेय, तस्य सदा उदारचरितस्य महात्मनः धीमतः प्रह्लादस्य चरितं सम्यक् श्रूयताम्. Listen well to the story of Prahlada, who is Dhiman, who is a very intelligent person in the sense he understood Nityanitya Vistu Vivekaha tasya asititi saha Dhiman sada udara charitasya. Tasya charitam tu, it is a very noble story that when we understand how he was, then we understand that he was a very great personality. Mahatmanaha tasya Prahladasya charitam samyak shruyatam. Listen to it. Ditehe putraha Mahaviryah Mahiranyakashipuhu pura Trailokyam Vasham Aninye Brahmanaha Vara Darpitaha. Brahmanaha Varena Darpitaha. Atra tu Varaha Kidrishaha iti uktam. But there is something that Sridhara Swamin mentions in his Vyakhyana. He says, Bhutebhyaha Twadvisrishtebhyaha Mrityuhu Mabhut Mama Prabho. I should not have death from any of the beings that have been created by you. Visrishtebhyaha bhutebhyaha twadvisrishtebhyaha. From any being who has been created by you, I should not get death from any of those persons. So that was his varam, boon that he had got from Brahma. So Brahmanaha varena darpitaha, being very arrogant because of the boon that he got from Brahma. Ditehe putraha Hiranyakashipuhu Mahaviryaha, the son of Diti, who is a great brave warrior kind of person. So Mahaviryaha Hiranyakashipuhu pura Trailokyam Swavasham Aninye. He brought Trailokyam under his control. Aninye is a little akara for Anayati. Vasham Anayati, bringing it under one's control. So Aninye, he brought it under his control. So Hiranyakashipu had all 3 worlds in his power, so in his control. Indratvam akaroddaityaha sacha asit savita swayam vayuhu agnihi apam nathaha somascha abhut mahasuraha. Maha asuraha saha Indratvam akarot daityaha ditehe putraha daityaha saha maha asuraha Indratvam akarot. He created, that is, he decided to become Indra. he went and started ruling Swargam also, and he declared himself as Indra here. So, Daityaha Saha Maha Asuraha Indratvam Akarot. Savayam Savita cha Asit. He himself was the Surya, Savita here. That is in the sense that the sun can rise or set only when he set. So he became the Surya himself. Vayuhu Agnihi Apam Nathaha Somaha cha Saha Abhut. He became the Vayu, Marut, Agni, fire, Apam Nathaha, the Lord of all the waters, and the moon himself. In the sense, he, just as how you think of Vishnu as being the Antaryami of every one of these objects, in the same manner, in the sense of being an inner controller. So Hiranyakashipu, the moment he took control of the three worlds, he decided to control all of these objects, all of these people, like Indra or Surya, Vayuhu, Agnihi, etc., etc. Dhana, or the devas themselves left their job, and Hiranyakashipu did all of those jobs because he was probably a hyperactive child there. So Dhananam Adhipaha Sobhut Saeva Asit Swayam Yamaha Yajna Bhagan Asheshanstu Saha Swayam Bubhuje Asuraha. Saha Dhananam Adhipaha Abhut, he became Kubera. He became the lord of all Aishwaryam. Sayeva Swayam Yamaha Asit, he became the god of death also. Yajna Bhagana Asheshana Saha Asuraha Swayam Bubhuje. That Asura, he ate all the Yajna Bhagan Asheshan. Asheshana, every Yajna Bhaga. That is when they Brahmanas and others who perform yagas in the bhumi, each part goes to one particular devata. Now, because Hiranyakashipu performed the roles of all the devatas, he took the yajna bhagam also. Right? Devaha swargam parityajya tatrasat munisattama vicheruhu avanau sarve bibhrana manushim tanum. सर्वे देवाः स्वर्गं परित्यज्य हे मुनिसत्तमा इति मैत्रेयस्य अत्र सो हे मैत्रेय तत् त्रासात् तस्य त्रासात् अथवा तस्मात् त्रासात् सो बीइंग अफ्रेड ऑफ हिरण्यकशिपु तत् अत्र तस्मात् हिरण्यकशिपोः त्रासात् because out of fear for Hiranyakashipu, devas swargam parityajya, they left swarga. And sarve manushim tanum vibhranaha, they took on the form of manushya. They took the tanu, shariram of a manushya, and avanau vicheruhu, they roamed around in this bhumi. Avanihi is bhumi here. Vicheruhu vicharati ityatra litlakaraha. Mostly in Puranas, you will find lit usage a lot. So Devaha Swargam Parityajya Tatrasat Maha Munisattama Vicheruhu Avanau Sarve Bibhranaha Manushim Tanum Jitva Tribhuvanam Sarvam Trailokyaishwarya Darpitaha Upagiyamano Gandharvaihi Bubhuje Vishayan Priyam. Sarvam Tribhuvanam Jitva, after winning after conquering all the three worlds, Trailokya Aishwarya Darpitaha, we became very arrogant because of the Aishwaryam that was under his command here, at his disposal. It was not only Bhumi Aishwaryam, he also had the Aishwaryam of all three worlds here. And all three, the Aishwaryam that is with respect to Swargam would just intoxicate someone. So he became very arrogant because all of these Aishwaryas were under his command. And Gandharvaihi Upagiyamanaha Sann Priyan Vishayan Bubhuje. He enjoyed different objects of the world, enjoyments, Priyan Vishayan, whatever he felt like, whatever his favorite things were, he enjoyed those. And he was also Upagiyamanaha, he was being praised by the Gandharvas there. He forced them to do that. So Gandharvas praised him because they wanted their position secure. So they praised Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu enjoyed all his favorite things in the world. Pana asaktam mahatmanam hiranyakashipum tada upasan chakrire sarve siddha gandharva pannagaha. Sarve, all the siddhas, gandharvas and pannaga. Pannaga are the serpents. All of those beings, upasan chakrire, upasanam akurvan. So they all did an upasana. That is, they worshipped Hiranyakashipu, who was Mahatma, was a great person. He could command all three worlds. So he was, this is actually Hari Sayujyam அடைந்தவர்கள் தானே இவா. So they are actually those who have gotten Hari Sayujyam and Hari Sarupyam also. Jaya Vijaya, those two only have taken these avataram of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So they can command all three worlds, and hence he was spoken as a great person here. So Mahatmanam Hiranyakashipum Pana Asaktam, he was also very attached to, attracted, that is attached to Panam, Madhupanam, alcohol or intoxicant. So he were constantly drinking. So these Siddhas and Gandharva and snakes, also Pannagaha, they worshipped Hiranyakashipu, who was very attached to drinks also. Avadayan Jaguhucha Anye Jaya Shabdan Atha Apare Daityarajasya Purataha Chakruhu Siddhaha Mudanvitaha. Mudanvitaha Siddhaha, Siddhas who were all very happy. Why were they happy for this person to rule? It's because, see, in one way or the other, if nobody else was there to rule, then it becomes anarchy. So that is one thing. The other thing is, I would say, they were happy to be left alone and not killed. So they were praising him so that they will not be killed here or tormented further. So Siddhaha Mudanvitaha Siddhaha Daitya Rajasya Purataha, in front of the Daitya Raja, that is Hiranyakashipu, in front of him, Avadayan Jaguhu Jaya Shabdana Atha Apare Siddhaha Jaguhu. So Jaya Shabdan Avadayan, they sounded Jaya Shabda, Jaya Hiranyakashipu Ityadikam, victory words, they spoke with victory words. Anye Siddhaha tu Jaguhu, they sang. Anye Jaya Shabdan Akurvan, some did Jaya Shabda, some Avadayan, Vadayati. They played instruments in front of him. Some people sang, some people just said potri, potri. That's it. Right? Victory to him, Ityadika. So Avadayan Jaguhu cha Anye Jaya Shabdana Atha Apare Daityarajasya Purataha Chakruhu. Jaya Shabdan Chakruhu Siddhaha Mudanvitaha. The Anvaya here would be Anye Avadayan Atha Apare Jaguhu Siddhaha Mudanvitaha Jaya Shabdana Daityarajasya Purataha Chakruhu. Okay. Tatra Pranrityapsarasi Sphatikabhramaye Asuraha Papaupanam Mudayuktaha Prasade Sumanohare. So he was in the palace and he was constantly drinking Panam Papau. He kept drinking Mudayuktaha, being very happy. Asuraha Prasade Sumanohare, in a very attractive palace, which was Spatika Abhramaye. It was like a Spatika cloud. Okay, it was made of Spatikam. Spatika Bhram. It was within the clouds, and it was also made of Spatikam. I guess that's how you'll have to understand this. Lena Spatika Brahmaye garche, that which is both made of Spatikam and Lena அப்ரம்மங்கிறதுக்கு எதை போடுறதுன்னு தெரியல.
அப்ரகஷிலாபிஹி அப்படின்னு போடுறோம்.
அப்ரகஷிலாபிஹி.
அப்ரகஷிலாபிஹி அப்படின்னு போடுறோம்.
ஓகே ஓகே. அப்ரமயே இல்லையாக்கும்.
இல்ல அர்த்தத்துல வந்து அப்ரகஷிலாபிஹி.
Okay, possibly there is a stone which is called abraka. Yeah, one kind of gemstone could be abraka, which is golden irukku, talc, mica. மைக்கால இருந்துதா? சன்மைக்காலா நம்ம வந்து ஏதோ 80ஸ்ல கேள்விப்பட்டதா இருக்கு. இங்க பார்த்தா இட் இஸ் அப்ரகா இஸ் அ ஷிலா விச் இஸ் லைக் குவார்ட்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, கிரானைட், அதனால பண்ணப்பட்ட ஒரு மாளிகை. சோ பிராசாதே ஸ்படிக அப்ரக ஷிலாபிஹி, சோ அப்ரகமயே which is made of mica or granite, ஸ்படிகம் அப்ரம். பிரநிருத்ய அப்சரசி, प्रकर्षेण नृत्यं कुर्वत्यः अप्सरसः यस्मिन् इति. So pranritya apsarasi is an adjective to the prasadam here. It is a adjective to the palace. So in the palace in which apsaras strees were dancing very beautifully, pranrityanti, they were performing an excellent nrityam in that palace. So tadrishe prasade Mudayuktaha Asuraha, being very happy, papau, panam papau, he was drinking constantly. Now we go to Prahlada. Tasya putraha Mahabhagaha Prahlado namataha papatha balapathyani gurugehe gataha arbhakaha. Tasya putraha Mahabhagaha Prahladaha. His son was a great person, Mahabhagaha, Prahlada. Namataha Prahladaha iti namataha api Prahladaha. So one who has the name of Prahlada, both in name and in meaning. Arthataha iti it should be, but namataha api Prahladaha. Prahladaha ityapi asit. Khlada ityukte one who is very happy with himself constantly, one who is has that satisfaction. Klada atratu you take it as Brahmanandam. Yaha tu anande vidyamanaha vartate sayeva Prahladaha iti. So Prahladaha namataha api sayeva Prahladaha. Even though his name was Prahlada, he's by meaning, by behavior also he was like that. Guru gehe gataha arbhakaha, as a boy itself, as a arbhakaha, as a very small boy, Guru gehe gataha, after going to his guru's house, balapathyani papatha, he read all these young balapatham, beginning lessons. So he read all the beginning lessons in his guru's house. So ekadatu saha dharmatma jagama guruna saha पानासक्तस्य पुरतः पितुः दैत्यपतेः तदा. एकदा सः धर्मात्मा गुरुणा सह पितुः पानासक्तस्य दैत्यपतेः पितुः पुरतः जगाम. Tada goes or tada jagama, you actually take that tada to the next shlokam. So ekada once saha dharmatma, this dharma chintana yuktaha Prahladaha, yasya manasi dharmaha eva vartate saha dharmatma iti. So Prahlada once along with his guruna saha daityapatehe pituhu panasakta or tada panasaktasya, he went to his father when he was completely immersed in that drink. So tada, at that time he went to his father. So tada panasaktasya, one who was drinking at that point, tadrishasya pituhu purataha, in front of his father, who was Daityapati, was also the lord of all the asuras. He went in front of him along with his guruna saha. Ekadatu saha dharmatma jagama guruna saha पानासक्तस्य पुरतः पितुः दैत्यपतेः तदा. पादप्रणाम अवनतं तं उत्थाप्य पिता सुतं. You can even take that tada from the earlier shloka and put it here. Tada, when he had gone to the presence of his father, tada पादप्रणाम अवनतं तं सुतं उत्थाप्य, after making him stand, utthapya, after getting him up, who was doing namaskaram at his feet. Pada pranama avanatam, pada pranamena avanatam, one who was bowing down to do a namaskaram at his feet. Tam utthaya, tam sutam utthaya, lifting up that son. Pita Hiranyakashipuhu Amitaujasam Prahladam Praha. He spoke to Prahlada, who had an inner ojas, a mental strength which was amita, which was immeasurable. He looked very strong personality even then, even as a boy in front of his father. So Hiranyakashipuhu Uvacha Pathyatam Bhavatavatsa Sarabhutam Subhashitam Kalena Etavata Yat Te Sada Udyuktena Sikshitam. Sada Udyuktena Guruna Athava Sada Udyuktena Guruna, correct. Kalena Etavata Kalena Yat Te Sikshitam Tat Sarabhutam Subhashitam Bhavata Pathyatam. Hey Vatsa. O child, that yat, that which has been taught to you, te shikshitam, by your guru who is constantly making an effort, sada udyuktena, one who is constantly giving you attention. This is like a one-on-one class, tutoring class that Prahlada has had in his guru's house. So sada udyuktena, one who is always constantly making an effort to teach you something. Etavata kalena yat te shikshitam, whatever has been taught to you by your guru for such a long time, etavata kalena, for how much ever time you have spent in his house. Tat sarabhutam subhashitam bhavata pathyatam. This is in Karmani Prayoga. So bhavata pathyatam, it must be read by you. You take it as unnal padikkapadattum. So you take it as you should read it. Read it out to me. Pathatu iti. Kim sarabhutam. Tell me the essence of whatever you have studied and whatever is subhashitam, that which is very beautiful to listen to. Any nice words which are the essence of whatever you have read till now. Prahlada uvacha shruyatam tata vakshyami sarabhutam tava agnyaya samahitamanaha bhutva yanme chetasi avasthitam. Yat me chetasi avahitam, whatever has அதாவது ஆழ பதிஞ்சிருக்குங்கிறோம் இல்லையா, அவஸ்திதம், that which has stayed in my mind well. So தத்து சமாஹித மனாஹா பூத்வா தவ vakshyami, yat chetasi avasthitam, whatever is present in my mind, tat he tata sarabhutam vakshyami, I will tell it to you in a very concise manner. I will give you the essence of whatever is there in my mind. Tava agnyaya tata vakshyami shruyatam. Tava agnyaya, because of your orders, he tata, O father, tava vakshyami, I will tell you, sarabhutam, in essence, whatever is present in my mind, so that you listen to it. Shruyatam samahitamanaha bhutva, attentively listen to it, to his father. Okay, samahitam manaha ityukte, with the concentrated mind you listen to whatever I am telling you and what has stood in my mind as the essence of what I have studied. Okay, so shruyatam tata vakshyami sarabhutam tava agnyaya samahitamana bhutva yanme chetasi avasthitam anadi madhyantam ajam avriddhikshayam achyutam pranatosmi mahatmanam sarva karana karanam. I bow down to Pranataha Asmi. I always bow down to Mahatmanam, that great person, Achyuta, who does not slip away from his position at all. Achyutaha Vishnu Yaha Anadi Madhyantam Adi Madhya Anta Rahitam. One who does not have any beginning, na jayate, na mriyate, so antaha api nasti tasya, and madhya bhagam, na asti, na vardhate, na parinamate, tasmat madhya bhagaha api tasya na vidyate. So one who does not have any beginning, middle and end, anadi madhya antam. You don't say like a beginning as in desha kala, more like a desha kala parichedaha na vidyate tasya. So an object can physically have a beginning, middle and end. Tatha, even us, if you take that this is a beginning, then the foot is beginning. Sorry, foot is the end. If you take the foot as the beginning, then our shiraha is the end. So tatha, you can have, because there is a confinement of space, we can have an adi, madhya and antam for every object in this world. But for Paramatma Swarupa, Achyuta, Vishnu, there is no Adi, Madhya, Anta with respect to physical form. And even with the, there is Kala Parichedam api nasti. So this is Vastu Parichedam. Kala Parichedam ityukte, there is no beginning, middle and end for him, because he was never born. Only those who are born, you can say, oh, 1976 is the date that you began to exist. So there is a beginning. You cease to exist in 2076. So then you cease to exist, which means that is the end for your existence. Tatha. And in the middle, you were constantly present. Tatha. Adi madhya kala parichedopi nasti, vastu parichedaha api nasti, desha parichedaha. You are confined to only starting from this space to this space. That's all you can exist. You can accumulate how many ever assets you want. At the end, if you are cremated, then you are only a box of ash, which will also be dissipated in the samudram. No matter how much asset you collect, if you are going to be buried, then you get only 6 foot of mud, and you will again be disintegrated there also. Nothing is going to belong to you, right? So, but there is an antam there. There is a desha parichedam there. You can be confined to that particular space, right? Tatha Vishnoho adi madhya antamapi nasti. Okay. Ajam, one who is not born, vriddhi kshayam, avriddhi kshayam. So this is, why doesn't he have any adi, madhya or antam? Because he is not born. Ajaha iti karanat tasya adihi na vidyate. Vriddhihi tasya na vartate iti karanat madhyam nasti. There is no middle portion because there is no vriddhi for him. There is no increase in his body state. Akshayam. So here it says avriddhi kshaya. Ityukte vriddhi kshaye yasya na vidyete avriddhi kshaye. Avriddhi kshayam. Tam. So one who does not have any kshayaha. So maranam api nasti tasmat antam api nasti tasya. So tadrasham mahatmanam. Why is he like this? Because he is sarvakarana karanam. Sarveshamapi karanataya yaduktam maya iti tasyaha mayayaha api karanabhutaha eshaha eva atma mahatma iti karanat tameva pranatosmi. So he is the source of all sources. So I bow down to him. Anadi, this is like a crux of Vedantam here. Anadi madhyantam ajam avriddhi kshayam achyutam pranatosmi mahatmanam sarvakarana karanam.
Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 solradhu same இல்லையா?
Chapter 4 secondly இருக்கு. நஜாயதே மிரியதே வா கதாசித் நாயம் பூத்வா அதுவும் இருக்கு. அச்சேத்யோயம் அதாஹ்யோயம் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு இததான் சொல்லிட்டு வருது. செகண்ட்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சிருவார். So evam nishamya daityendra krodha samrakta lochanaha vilokya tadgurum praha spurita adhara pallavaha. No, he became very angry on seeing this response from Prahlada. Daityendra evam nishamya, hearing this whole thing, after hearing whatever Prahlada said, Daityendra, the lord of Daityas, Asuras, Krodha samrakta lochanaha, his eyes became red with anger. Krodha, krodhena samrakte lochane yasya. Spurita adhara pallavaha. His lips were adhara pallavaha. His lips were like pallavam, were like sprouts, and they were spuritam, they were throbbing. With his lips throbbing, vilokya, he saw the guru. Tad gurum vilokya praha. If the boy is saying this, it is only the guru's fault that he has taught him in such a manner. So tad gurum vilokya, seeing the guru, he spoke, praha, hiranyakashipuhu uvacha. Brahma bandho kimetat te vipaksha stuti samhitam asaram grahito balaha mam avajnaya durmate. He durmate, he Brahma bandho, Brahmananam bandhuhu eva natu Brahmanaha atava. Here he is just, this is an insult to a Brahmin actually. So one who is a Brahmin by relation, that's all. One who does not do his work that he has been the dharma purvakam yatyat kartavyam tattu tasya saha swakartavyam na karoti iti. Sayeva Brahma Bandho iti. So, hey Brahma Bandho, Durmate, one ketta buddhi udayavane, one who has a bad intellect. Kim etate? What is this? Te vipaksha stuti samhitam asaram balaha grahitaha mam avajnaya, ignoring me. Balaha, I am, this boy has been made to understand. Grahitaha. This is a Nijanta here. Grahitaha, grihitaha is he has taken it off his own accord, but here he has been made to understand. Grahitaha iti. Asaram grahitaha. He has been made to understand something which has no essence at all. Vipaksha stuti samhitam. The samhitana, that which is a collection of stotram of someone who is a shatru here. Vipakshe stitaha yaha. Tasya stuti purvakam samhitam vartate atra. Samhita vartate atra. Tadrisham asaram ayam balaha grahitaha. Kimartham etat? Why have you taught him something which is praising the shatru, and you have completely ignored me here? Iti. So Guruhu uvacha Daityeshwara na kopasya vashamagantum arhasi mama upadesha janitam nayam vadati te sutaha. Daityeshwara, oh Lord of Daityas, na kopasya vasham agantum na arhasi. You should not come under the control of anger. Do not be angry. Mama upadesha janitam te sutaha ayam na vadati. Ayam te sutaha. This son of yours is not talking something that has come out of my upadesham. Mama upadesha janitam na vadati. He is not talking that which has come out of my words. Right? So he is talking something on his own here. So Hiranyakashipuhu uvacha. He is getting rid of the responsibility here. I didn't teach him anything. He is not talking what I taught him. Hiranyakashipuhu uvacha. Anushastosi kena idrik vatsa prahlada kathyatam mama upadishtam na iti eshaha prabraviti gurustava. He says he did not teach you. Then who taught you this? Hey vatsa prahlada kathyatam. Tell me, kena idrik anushastaha asi. By whom have you been instructed in this following manner? Who has taught you all of these things? Mama upadishtam na iti eshaha prabraviti. This guru is telling me, tava guruhu eshaha, this guru of yours is telling me that he did not teach you. Then who taught you this in this manner? Idrik in this following manner. So Prahlada uvacha Shasta Vishnu Asheshasya Jagataha yo hridi sthitaha tamrite paramatmanam tata kahakena shasyate. ஒரு குழந்தை சொல்ற பதிலா அது அசேஷஸ்ய ஜகதா சாஸ்தா விஷ்ணு ஹிருதி ஸ்திதா. He says the child is saying அசேஷஸ்ய ஜகதா சாஸ்தா, the one who instructs the entire world, one who gives advice, one who teaches the entire world, shasta saha vishnu yaha hridi sthitah. He is ever present in my mind. Tam rite, tam paramatmanam rite, without that person, or instead of that Paramatma, Vishnu, who is the controller or who is the teacher of the entire world, tam rite, without him, kaha kena shasyate, who can teach whom? Nobody can teach anybody here. Vishnu is present in my mind and I understand that truth. So, he tata shasta Vishnu ashesasya jagataha yo hridi sthitaha tamrite paramatmanam tata kaha kena shasyate, who can be taught by whom? Hiranyakashipur uvacha koyam Vishnu sudurbuddha yam bravishi punah punaha jagatam ishwarasya iha purataha prasabham mama. Jagatam ishwarasya mama purataha prasabham bravishi yam saha kaha ayam Vishnu. He sudurbuddha, one who is, அதாவது துர்புத்தினாலே one who has a bad intellect. Sudurbuddhi அப்படின்னா one who is extremely who doesn't understand, who doesn't have a proper thinking at all. Tadrishatvam iti, he addresses his son as sudurbuddha, kettavane, ketta buddhiyai udayavane. Yam punah punaha bravishi, Mama Jagatam Ishwarasya Purataha, in front of me, who am ruling the entire world, Iha, in here, now, Mama Purataha, in front of me, Prasabham Yam Punah Punaha Bravishi. You are talking about someone again and again, Prasabham, with force. Kekka nee vanda adhe badal solreengra. கொஞ்சம் கூட யோசிக்க மாட்டேங்கிற என் முன்னாடியே நீ பேசுற இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு இந்த கான்வர்சேஷனே அழகா இருக்கு சோ எம் புனః மம புரதः பிரவீஷி கோயம் விஷ்ணு who is this Vishnu that you are talking about continuously in front of me? I am the Triloka Adhipati. We should talk about me, right? So that's his idea here. Prahlada uvacha na shabda gocharam yasya yogi dhyayam param padam Yataha yascha swayam vishwam sa Viṣṇupurāṇa. He defines Vishnu here for Hiranyakashipu. The definition of Vishnu is Saha Vishnuhu Parameshwaraha. He is the one who controls everybody. Ishwaraha Saha Sarvesha. Yasya Parampadam. Where is he in Adutadu Keta? The answer for that. Yasya Parampadam. Yasya Paramam Sthanam Shabda Gocharam Nasti. I cannot describe it and you cannot understand it through description or words. Shabdasya gocharam na vidyate. Nasti. It does not come within the range of words. And yogi dhyayam param padam. The ultimate sthanam or moksham, which is yogi dhyayam, that which has to be meditated upon, it is fit for meditation. Dhyana yogyam vartate. Kesham dhyana yogam ityukte samanya jananam na yoginam eva dhyana yogyam bhavati tasya parampadam. His position is such that it is fit to be meditated upon only by yogis. Yogi na shabda gocharam. I cannot describe and give you directions to go to that map. I cannot show Google Maps to where Vaikuntham is. Yataha, from whom Vishwam asit. So yataha yato nishwasitam vedaha ade madri all these worlds have been created by him. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yataha vishwam jatam yaha cha swayam vishwarupena vartate. Yataha jatam ityukte, it is not something that is different from the adharam, it is the same. If I have made this earring from gold, which means the gold is separate and the earring is separate, iti nasti. It is the same. That is what he's saying here. So yataha vishwamidam jatam, this world has been born from him, but at the same time this world is non-different from Vishnu. Yascha swayam vishwam saha Vishnuhu parameshwaraha. Definition of Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu uvacha parameshwara samjnaha Agnya kim anyaha mai avasthite tava asti martukamaha tvam prabravishi punah punaha. I think you want to die, Ingra. It's because you want to die. Martum kamaha yasya saha iti martukamaha. You are suicide. It's a suicidal mission. Yeah. Hey Agnya, fool. Parameshwara samjnaha anyaha kim mai avasthite. When I am present here, who is this another person? Kim anyaha yasya samjna parameshwaraha iti vartate, whose name is Parameshwara. You cannot have another person when I am here. Tava asti. Tava martukamaha. No. Sorry. Tava asti iti, you take it here. Okay. Mai avasthite sati, when I am present here, Tava kim anyaha parameshwara samjnaha asti. Is there another person for you who goes by the name of Parameshwara? Tvam martukamaha punah punaha prabravishi. I think you want to die and that is why you are saying this again and again. That kaschana parameshwaraha vartate Vishnuhu saha ityadikam. Okay. So, Prahlada uvacha na kevalam tata mama prajanam sabrahma bhuto bhavatascha Vishnuhu dhata vidhata parameshwarascha prasida kopam kurushe kimartham. Hey tata, na kevalam mama, he is not only my Parameshwara, but he is also prajanamapi saha Parameshwaraha Vishnuhu. Brahma Bhutaha, he is the one who is the Srishtikarta, and Bhavataha cha I am Vishnuhu. Vishnuhu iti Vyapanat Vishnuhu, one who is all pervading. He has pervaded everybody in the form of Brahman. Instead of Srishtikarta, you take it as Atmaswarupam. Brahma Bhutaha Saha Vishnuhu, that Vishnu, na kevalam mama Brahma Bhutaha, kintu prajanam bhavatascha Brahma Bhutaha. He is the Atma Swarupam not only for me, but for all of the subjects and you, including you. Hiranyakashipukulle enna vidu unakulleye and Vishnu thane irukkarunger. Vishnu is present even in you here. Dhata sayeva dhata ityukte dhata Brahma, chaturmukha Brahma, sayeva srishtikarta, vidhata. Vidhata na karma, one who appoints karma or one who decides that this karma will act for this person. Iti vidhata, you call it as fate. He is kalarupi saha, or he is the daiva swarupam also. Parameshwaraha is the ultimate controller. Kimar prasid, be happy. That is, don't puruttuko abdingra. So kopam kimartham kurushe, why are you being angry now? Hiranyakashipuhu uvacha pravishta ko asya hridaye durbuddhehe atipapakrit yena idrishani asadhuni vadati avishtamanasaha bhutavishtaha asi iti vadati. Kaschana bhutaha pravishtaha antaha tasmad evam vadasitvam iti. So kaha asya hridaye pravishtaha, who has entered this durbuddhehe hridaye kaha pravishtaha, atipapakrit kaha pravishtaha. Who is this papakrit, one who has done a lot of sins, who has entered into this durbuddhi's mind? Prahlada is durbuddhi. Tasya hridaye kaha pravishtaha, who has entered into this Prahlada's mind, who is a durbuddhi now, and the person who has entered has done a lot of atipapakrit. He has done a lot of sins. Yena, because of which, because someone has entered into him, that is why idrashani asadhuni avishtamanasaha vadati. Avishtamanasaha eshaha, one whose manasam, mind, has been avishtam, completely taken over by somebody else, by a papakrit. Hence this person is talking in this manner. He is talking idrik asadhuni vadati. He is talking such vile or evil things which is not to be said by a sadhu. Hiranyakashipu has a different definition of sadhu here. And then he advises Prahlada to go back and study again. So we'll read that next class. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vacham tato jayam udirayet. Any doubts?
மகோதயே 21 ஸ்லோகத்துல இதுல சுதுர் புத்தே அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. அந்த எது ரைட்னு எனக்கு, ஏன்னா புத்தின்னா புத்தேன்னு தானே வரும். இதுதான்
துர்புத்தாவும் இருக்கலாம். எதுக்குன்னா லெட் மீ செக், இன்னொரு புக் ஒரு நிமிஷம் பார்த்துடுறேன். 21 இல்ல, சுதுர்புத்தே தான் இருக்கு. ஆமா, இன்னொன்னு சுதுர்புத்தங்கிறச்சு புத்தஹான ஒன் ஹூ இஸ் அவேக்கன்ட் இல்லையா, துர்புத்தா அப்படியும் எடுத்துக்கலாம். ஆனா அதனால தான் நான் அதை கரெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கல, பார்க்க கூட இல்ல, அதுல மிஸ்டேக் இருக்குமோன்னு கூட பார்க்கல. So you can have it as Sudurbuddha also in that manner, but text ரெண்டு டெக்ஸ்டும் says Sudurbuddhe. So buddhihi ityeva vaktavya. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Sorry. 27வது ஸ்லோகத்துல
இன்னும் வரல.
பிரஹ்லாதன் வந்து ஹிரண்யகசிபுனுடைய எனிமிய இது பண்ற மாதிரி புகழற மாதிரி சொல்றதாக ஹிரண்யகசிபு சொல்றான். அதுல வந்து சொல்றதுனால எனக்கு I think I may have asked you this question before, I don't remember. How did Vishnu become Hiranyakashipu's enemy?
எல்லாருமே விஷ்ணுவை வந்து ஒரு ஸ்தோத்திரம் பண்றதுனால வரக்கூடியது. ஏன்னா விஷ்ணு தான் அந்தர்யாமியா சொல்றார், அண்ட் விஷ்ணு வந்து வைகுண்டத்துல உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்காரு. இவனால வந்து he can only rule 3 worlds, he is not able to go beyond that. and beyond that you need Vishnu's help. So everybody அந்த விஷ்ணு தானே தேவர்களுக்கு வந்து ஒண்ணுன்னா உடனே விஷ்ணு அங்க வந்து முன்னிலையில நிக்கிறதுனால விஷ்ணு becomes the shatru for him. That's what it is. And பிறக்கறச்சேயே நம்ம இன்னொன்னு பாகவதத்துல நம்ம படிச்சதுனால அதுபடி பிறக்கறச்சேயே he is born with that dvesham in his mind. That is why he was created by Bhagavan himself, and that chapam was created. Adnalda it helps to view the Puranas parallelly.
Yeah, the thing is, at the time of departure from Vaikuntham, Jaga and Vijaya seemed to have greatest regard for
Of
Vishnu,
course.
and they did not have an iota of hatred. Okay. How did this hate come about? Or is it because he's not able to see him, he feels angry?
ஒரு இன்னொரு கதை இருக்கு இல்லையா, நான் வந்து பீயிங் an enemy 3 ஜென்மா இருந்துட்டு திருப்பி விஷ்ணு கிட்ட போறதா, பீயிங் பக்தா லைக் நிறைய இருந்துட்டு போறதுன்னா சீக்கிரம் வரணும்ன்றதுக்கோசரம் I would prefer to be an enemy அப்படின்னு சொல்லி
ஆமா ஆமா அதேதான் அது that's the correct assessment. But what he's saying is முந்தின க்ஷணம் வரைக்கும் வைகுண்டத்துல இருக்கும் பொழுது நல்லவனா இருந்துட்டு இருக்கும் பொழுது how did he suddenly develop so much of intense hatred towards Vishnu when he was born? அதெல்லாம் you call that as Bhagavad Sankalpam. You can't explain all that. அவ்வளவுதான் மாயா.
Or the only he does have regard for his great grandfather. Brahma is his grandfather. Correct.
Ama.
So he has avartenda varam vaangirkan.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah. Brahma will give varam to everybody. அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. As long as they are within his control, he is fine. See, Brahma கூப்பிட்ட உடனே Brahma comes and gives him that varam. He is okay with that. Whereas
Sloka
Vishnu, it does not appear anywhere, no? So on the hatred வளர்ந்துட்டு இருக்கும். அவ்வளவுதான்.
Sloka 24ல இங்க டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்ல என்ன போட்டுருக்காங்கனாக்கா, he is the lord of he's even there in your heart. Why should you be offended, sir? அப்படின்னு கேக்குறான். அப்படி இங்கிலீஷ்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிருக்கா. கிமர்த்தம் அப்படிங்கறத.
இந்த இங்கிலீஷ் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் எல்லாம் விட்டுருங்க. வேண்டாம்.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.